Plans are being made behind closed doors to get an XRP worth $20,000. This may only be the start of the journey. Yes, that's right. With just one change, Ripple could start a new era in the world of money. One that combines the size of the organization, clear rules, and privacy. This isn't just a report on progress. It's a very important part that could change the flow of trillions of dollars around the world. This is not a good way to spend your money. Why? Because 𝗙𝗏, a member of the XRP community, recently said something that shocked the cryptocurrency world. To get $20,000 in XRP, you will need to pay attention to your privacy. After making that news, Ripple said in an official statement through 𝗙𝗶𝗆 that privacy is important to them. It is being added to the protocol level of the XRP system. Let me say something before we get into the meat of this release and what it means. You can find all the information you need about privacy, institutional settlement, and the new path of the XRP ledger in one place. This is useful if you want to know what's going on behind the scenes and how everything goes together. The XRP Wealthy Blueprint is the name of this plan. You can use this text, infographic, movies, and other things to learn as much as you can about how XRP might change over time. Find out everything in the comment that is saved below the video. After this, you should see how everything goes together. Good. We can now break it down. A post by 𝗙𝗶𝗆 says that banks can't use public ledgers safely unless they can be sure that users' identities are kept secret. The government won't sign off until someone is held responsible. With privacy choices that are set by the user, we can do both. Privacy that can be programmed is the line that could change the business forever. Our thanks go to 𝗙𝗏, who is the Senior Head of Engineering and Cryptographer at 𝗙𝗶𝗆. He does more than just build things. For more than 10 years, he has worked on privacy-preserving solutions for blockchain and other systems. He has a PhD in computer science from Johns Hopkins University. Now, he wants to add what he has learned to the XRP ledger in order to build a base design that puts privacy, scalability, and institutional use first. The following is what he said. The real question now is how financial systems will switch to blockchain technology now that blockchain is moving into its next phase, which will be marked by broad use and useful applications. Institutions need infrastructure that is scalable, reliable, and compliant, but they must protect the public blockchain's important neutrality and decentralization. Ripple is trying to answer this puzzle because privacy is very important in the financial world. But blockchains depend on being open. Think about that a little. Financial companies, payment processors, asset managers, and insurers all have to keep customer information safe. Business records and transactions that happen within the company. When they look at most blockchains, though, everything is open to everyone. Anyone can see who sent the money, who received it, and how much was sent. In the real world of money, that's not good enough. To protect your privacy, Ripple has built privacy features right into the XRP system. What does it mean to be programmable? Now let's break it down. It's not important to keep bad people in the dark about this. You need to be in charge. To put it another way, legitimate parties like banks, institutions, and even individual customers can decide who can see information and how it can be seen. That's really strong. For this reason, you would never use a weak encryption method like HTTPS to access your bank account over the internet. But every day, millions of trades happen in the open-source cryptocurrency market that Ripple's solution handles. Using technologies like Trusted Execution Environments, TAS, and Zero-Knowledge Proofs, CKPS, they make it possible for deals to be private, legal, and auditable when needed. Let me tell you what it is. If one side can use proofs of zero information to show that something is true, then it must be true. For example, a transaction follows Know Your Customer or anti-money laundering laws even though the private information behind it is not shared. This lets financial companies protect their clients' information while also making sure they're following the rules. Even though transactions are being checked out or processed, Trusted Execution Environments make sure that only authorized parties can get to the private data that is kept inside them. When put together, they make up the building blocks of customizable privacy. Privacy and rules should work hand in hand, not the other way around. What does this mean for the price of XRP and the chance that businesses will start using it? Because financial companies that deal in billions and trillions of dollars have known this was going to happen for a long time. They won't be able to use open ledgers for crossing borders, tokenizing assets, or managing liquidity if there isn't a balance between privacy and responsibility. Ripple is building exactly that. Important information was even emphasized in the update. Ripple pointed out the standard trilemma of blockchain technology: how to grow without losing trust, security, freedom, and the ability to grow. Pick two. This trade-off starts to go away, though, with ZKPS and secure computers. Protected computing environments let sensitive financial processes run off-chain while producing verifiable results on-chain. This makes it possible to follow the rules and save a lot of money at the same time. This gets rid of a big problem that was stopping a lot of people from using blockchain technology. Trust that huge settlement flows are possible when banks can handle private deals while still making sure they follow the rules. With the XRP ledger, businesses can send and receive payments, turn real-world assets into tokens, issue stablecoins, lend money, and trade swaps. As Crypto so eloquently put it, programmable privacy lets private DeFi, decentralized funding that keeps compliance and verifiability. Think of it as a mix of the two extremes. The trust that traditional banks have in regulators and customers' privacy, along with the speed and openness of blockchain, are being eroded by AI spying and huge tech companies. In his own words, 𝗙𝗵● said it. This new direction for the XRP system is very welcome. The goal is to make a banking system that values both privacy and openness without giving up either one. At this point, Chad Steinreich's thesis, the 20,000 XRP plan, starts to make sense. He said this years ago: trading XRP with regular people was never meant to be its main use. It was institutions that took over when the global financial plumbing system was first set up. We individual holders were like the warm-up pitchers. This is where the idea of supply spikes comes in handy.